Cars are big business these days, and pretty much every manufacturer is trying to get in on the action. The result has been a huge rise in the quality, ability and desirability of city cars. That means the i10 faces a tough challenge to compete successfully against the likes of the Volkswagen Up, Toyota Aygo and Renault Twingo. However, Hyundai has a neat trick up its sleeve. To give this Korean company's car the best chance to attract British buyers, it was designed and developed in Europe by Europeans.
It's fair to say that Hyundai has never really been renowned for the quality of its design. We reckon it was a really good move to have this car designed in Europe, because what the company's come up with is a really smart looking little runabout. The basic hatchback shape is smartened up by lots of funky little details like this rear spoiler you get on every model in the range. If you steer clear of the basic S trim, you also get this black B-pillar, body coloured door handles and door mirrors. If you can stretch to a top of the range premium model, you'll get indicators integrated into these mirrors and alloy wheels rather than these wheel trims. Admittedly, it's still not quite as chic as some of its city car rivals, but we can be sure this looks aren't anything that's going to put style-conscious buyers off. Inside too, the designers have done a great job making this car genuinely desirable. The plastics are nicely textured and this two-tone dashboard lends a welcome splash of colour. It's all really easy to use too. The controls are big, chunky and logically laid out, and you get a great view all round. Only disappointment is that this steering wheel only has tilt adjustment and not the full reach and rake adjustment. And if you go for the most basic trimmed car, you don't get a height adjustable driver's seat that gives you much more control over your driving position. For space though, this car is pretty much unbeatable. Hyundai says it straddles the city car and super mini classes, and sure enough, it's bigger than pretty much all of its city car rivals. Not only is there plenty of room in the front of the car, there's enough room in the back for a couple of 6-foot tall adults, and the seats are really comfortable and supportive. To complete the package, there's decent stowage for odds and ends dotted around the cabin, and the boot is one of the biggest in the city car class, with split folding rear seats standard on every model in the range. Our only complaint is that when you drop those rear seats, they don't sit completely flat, and there's quite a big lip to lift things over when you're loading and unloading that boot. Last but not least, you can relax if you are worried that buying a car at this price meant sacrificing quality. The way the i10 is put together means you think it will last a lifetime, and the materials they use seem really hard wearing. Perhaps the biggest surprise about the i10 is just how good it is to drive. And most importantly for a city car, it's really easy to drive, with light steering and a smooth gear change that make it an absolute doddle to pilot through congested city streets. What's more, the ride is really smooth and comfortable for a city car, and yet the suspension keeps the body movements well enough controlled to give the car a really nimble feel through the bends. To cap it all, the refinement is way better than you'd expect of a car this small. If you spend most of your motoring life in town, then either of the two petrol engines will suit you perfectly and return good fuel economy. Contrary to what you might expect though, the less powerful 1 litre engine is actually the smoother and the sweeter of the two. However, if you do regularly stray beyond the urban jungle, it's worth spending a little bit extra to get the 1.2. Its extra power makes life much easier on the motorway, but the price you pay is there's not much power at low revs, so you need to make regular use of the 5-speed gearbox to keep the engine spinning at its most efficient.
The i10 really is the complete package. Not only is it one of the most practical city cars, as long as you avoid the entry-level trim, it also provides all the kit you'll really need. Then there's the immense peace of mind you get from its 5-year warranty, and to cap it all, it also has enough style and class to cut it against its very best rivals, as well as being really good to drive. For our money, the i10 is one of the best city cars out there.